Here's the quickest way to make changes to your spell, although keep in mind that this method is temporary. So we're going to just right click and go to inspect. Once we inspect, then we can see, and it's kind of squishing it up there, it's getting cut off at the top and the bottom, so we might want to do this in full screen. Once we're in inspect, we can go ahead and see what the actual code is. Now everything inside of this iframe here is the spell's code, but all we really care about is everything inside of this A, this div class equals A. This is what makes up the spell, and in this case it's really just one ring, so it's pretty much just this one ring here and the two container elements. Now these have all of the styles on them over here, so you can see we have like a border radius of 1.5. If we push this up a bit, then we can see that the corners over there get more and more rounded until eventually they become a circle. So we can sort of modify our border radiuses there, and we can, if we want to, we can make the ring a little bigger or wider, but keep in mind that if you do that, then you're going to have to adjust where it's at with the left and the top values, so that's how you control where it's at. And I'm just using the up and down arrow keys on my keyboard to adjust these values here, but of course you can type something in if you need something more precise. In this case, there's just the one ring. Now, this isn't perfectly centered. If we wanted to save something with it, we'd probably take a little more time to get it perfectly centered, but that gives you kind of the gist of how you just get in there and quickly make a few modifications. Now, let's just show you another example here. Let's go to the C, the container element. That's what C stands for, is container. Has the background on it, and this is the linear gradient code that determines what colors everything are. But let's say we just wanted it to be, you know, not a linear gradient. We just wanted a blue background. So we can just type blue if we want. Now, once we've typed a color in there, if we want to get a little more precise, we can click this square here. And this is usually in almost every browser. I'm using Brave, which is based on Chrome, so those will be the same. Firefox has some very similar tools. Most every browser has a very similar tool. But it might not be exactly the same. So feel free to ask in Discord if it's not. But you can use this color picker and then adjust and have, you know, more precise shades, or have a totally different color if you want. Use the color picker here if you want to pick something from the, like, oh, it's hard to hit that line. But let's say we wanted to just go black, then well, there we go. We have no core anymore. So that's just how you can make some quick and dirty changes. I'm just going to hit Control Z and undo what I've done. So if you ever get upset with what you've done, just hit Control Z and you can go back to where you were. Or, you know, in this case, like we mentioned at the outset, it's all temporary. You're not saving this as a file or anything. You're just changing how it looks temporarily. So you could say take a screenshot, like, you know, on Windows that's the Windows key and then Shift and S. And that'll bring up a little crosshair where you can take a screenshot, and that's just a single screenshot. And then we'll show you how to take a video in a different video. But if you wanted to take a quick video and you didn't care about saving the results, then this would be how you could do it. We will show you how to save the results in a different video as well. But that's the quick and dirty solution, and I hope you enjoy having fun with your spells.